We have already sent the S parameter through the URL. So now what we need to do is to read this parameter and display the relevant record information rather than the list of records. So if we go back to our editor, what we need to do first is move our require once header right to the top. And after this header, we're going to check if is set S parameter through the URL. Then we'll do something else, and then open curly brace. We will display our current page with the list. And right before the footer, require once footer, close the curly brace. So if we try and see our preview our page now, you can see there's nothing here because the S has been sent. If we don't have S, we'll see the list of records. So if we click on view, we go back to our page with the details. Now we have already created the page list single record, and we have added this page to the modules table. Its ID, just to remind yourself, if we go to the modules, its ID is 9. So all we need to do is echo header, which is h1, and in between the h1 tags, let's put something like submission details. And after this one, we echo get mode 9 and semicolon after the function. If we go back to our page, refresh it, we have submission details. Obviously our module hasn't got any content yet, so it's not displaying anything. If we go back, we open our list single record page, and the first thing we'll do is open a PHP tag and create the SQL statement. Equals select all from survey where ID equals, and now in between the single quotes, we're going to put single quotes and curly braces, we're going to put S parameter. Now, why are we using single quotes here? Because the S parameter may be blank, may have value which does not exist, completely something out of the moon. And if we use single quotes, then it will simply return that the SQL returned no values. If we don't, then it will return the error. So that's why I'm using single quotes even for numerical values sometimes and so on, especially when it's the value is actually taken from the URL. And what we also should do is actually, rather than using these curly braces, after a single quote, use double quote dot SQL escape to make sure that we clean in the value before it's added, before it's actually inserted into our SQL statement. So SQL escape dot, and then obviously single quote at the end as well. Okay, now we can check row this time because it's going to be a single row. So, and the function we'll be using is fetch one and SQL, which will return just one record, if any. And now we check if isn't empty row. Then what we're going to do is, first of all, we will get all interests. So int variable array. Okay, and now we create another SQL statement with select all from survey underscore interest, where survey equals S. Now we can use it. Actually, let's use this escape as well, SQL escape here, to make sure that we stay consistent with this. Okay, and then semicolon right at the end. Now interests equals fetch all and our SQL statement. Okay, if is an empty interest, then we do for each loop, and let's copy the name of this array, for each interest as item, and now we add into the int array the value, the name of the interest, and we're going to be using the function which we'll create in the next video called get interest, and we'll pass the item and its interest value. Okay, so that's all fine. This interest here is the name of the column, obviously, because we got this is the join tables between the servers and interest. So it's basically the ID of the specific interest which we pass into this function. Okay, let's move to the next video where we're creating basically this function which gets the name of the interest by its ID.